Hello, everybody. It's me, Get Daved, and it's channel update time. Cornucopia edition with me, Get Daved. The Blitzkrieg drop. But okay, first off, FF12 is kind of on pause. There's a stretch in the game where you have to walk across the world. I'm not excited about it. I hated it when I did it way back in the day, and I'm definitely not recording it. It goes on for a while. I slightly underestimated how much of the game is left by one area. I commented in the last video, it's like, look, this is all that's left. One person was like, you forgot one spot. It was important. Anyway, that's coming indeterminate in the future. I did the little Kingdom Hearts 2 Sick Day Let's Plays, which I don't know if anyone watched. I think they're pretty good. I've featured that game before in the Let's Appreciate series. Kingdom Hearts is a tricky series for me to Let's Play in a lot of ways because I only like the first and second games. I really like Kingdom Hearts 2, especially Final Mix. But I don't care about Disney except Tron. So a little bit of a tricky situation. I guess I like Toy Story all right. But they're in 3, and 3 is a really bad game. Anyway, that's going to be a short thing. And then as soon as it wraps up, we're going to be going on a journey because we're about to hit the gauntlet. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I'm probably going to get it on Switch, but I don't know if I'll Let's Play it right away. And I might just try it some other time. Also, I freaked out when I saw it, just like when I freaked out when I saw Ori and the Blind Forest, because it's like, oh, someone's making my game. Mine's pretty different. Anyway, Mario Maker 2 is coming out. I want to do that for a little bit. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is coming out. At first I wasn't planning on doing it, but they scratched the itches, and I was playing a little bit of Dragon Quest Builders off camera again, and it's pretty lovely. And then Fire Emblem Three Houses, and then there's a bit of a gap. Link's Awakening's coming out, and Final Fantasy VII's coming out, the remake. But there's big gaps in there, so we'll probably get back to Final Fantasy XII. That's the long-term plan! There you go, everyone. In other news, I started a company called Reclamation Games. I'm working on a game tentatively titled Project Reina. And I have sort of been kind of hung up on one major point in development for the last little while. I've been so close to completing all the major features and then being able to cut loose and just get the content pipeline going and generate the bulk of the game. Still kind of there because I'm working on the cutscene engine. And that was something I was working on last time as well. So I feel really bad because it's like 2 months and I haven't made super huge progress. But a couple plot threads, if you've been watching the channel, you can connect the dots where I took on some side work, and I think I mentioned it in the last Let's Play. And it was all-consuming. More work than having 2 full-time jobs. And it kicked my butt. I just ran myself into the ground hard and I sort of had a time of recovering and then was feeling a bit better, and then I wasn't ready. One thing I've noticed in sports, you know that quote at the beginning of Moneyball, it's amazing all the things you don't know about the game you've been playing your whole life. It's amazing how much you don't know about life, especially when you see the lessons and other things. Anyway, a thing I've noticed in sports is when you feel 100% for the first time, that's how you know you're at 90%. You're not recovered from an injury if it's not when you feel full power again. It's a little bit after that. As soon as you feel proper, you're almost there. You're in prime condition to re-injure yourself. And I felt like I was at 100%, so I went right back at it. And my normal schedule is very low rest. And I'm starting to learn that I can't keep doing that. Anyway, long story short is I didn't get as much done as I hoped, and I feel bad about that. Both for you guys, because y'all have been waiting patiently enough, and I'm getting tired of waiting. I want to open the floodgates and get going on this. Yeah, stuff just really went sideways in my world. Stuff did keep happening though. The big one because I was so burnt out, I didn't do much focusing on the cutscene one and just worked on asset development. I did figure out the main problem of cutscenes, which I would argue is a really interesting programming problem. And how do you come up with an elegant way of storing all the data? The script lines, that's easy, but the data for who moves and how much, and how do you time it for when a dialogue window appears, and how do you deal with like people interrupting each other in the script and all that. And anyway, nested coroutines within coroutines. Some people who program in C# and on Unity hate coroutines. I am learning to really appreciate them. That's what's going on there. So I didn't like finish the feature, which I was really hoping to, because that's kind of the last one, that and some UI work, but I'm really good at UI work. I'm kind of a professional at that. So that I wasn't too daunted by. Anyway, I focused on other things just based on the energy I have, because like with the cutscene thing, there's some programming tasks where like you can't solve them like an hour here, an hour there. You need to sit down and think for 4 hours straight and like write things down on paper and crumple them up and throw them out and think through all the stuff. I did that. And right as I was getting ready to like open up is when I hit the wall. So that's all right. One lesson of my life has been I've gotten almost everything I want a lot later than I wanted it. So I guess this is just the latest version of it. And I was talking to my brother-in-law the other day about like things people get anxious about was the subject that came up. And he mentioned that almost everybody feels behind. And it's like, okay, I'm glad it's not just me. And I guess if we're all behind, technically, we're all doing just fine in a way. So that's what's going on with the game. I'm sorry, I feel so bummed out because I really wanted to push it over. But I mean, yeah, I think I mentioned the side job. I just had it to get out of the way. And it was a lot more work than I thought it would be. So it goes. Cool stuff did still happen, though. The soundtrack. So composition was finished in 2019. Totally 100% done. Recording is now done as of last week. 100% complete. And that's super awesome. So now just some mastering. I have the USB stick with the rough mixes of the last wave of recording. Got to listen through with a couple people and we'll come up with a plan for like, you know, make this instrument louder here, mute that, change the synth. That's what's left. And then that's a major hurdle, and that ties up a lot of other people. So it'll be cool to get that done. And I think that's what's going on. If you're excited or dreading any of these games, let me know. I kind of think I underestimated how much people like the Dragon Quest content on the channel, so I'm looking forward to that. But if you got a strong opinion about any of these games, let me know. If there's something you want to see on the channel, let me know. I listen to this stuff, especially if a lot of people want the same thing. And if you're really into the creative projects on this channel and you want to support it, Patreon helps so much. You can check it out. There's no secret content you get. I don't believe in gating poor people out. I've been on the bottom. I don't like it. If you want to support the creative projects on the channel, Patreon's a really great way of doing that. Just watching the videos and hanging out in the comment section, all that's good too. Thanks for sticking with me all this time. And I'll see you all in the next Let's Play.